Mm. Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. I want to talk about the Wizkid Davido um, scenario that is unfolding on social media, and this is what I have to say. I'm going to start by first of all saying I respect Wiz and David and Burna Boy. And I'm going to say that I liken them to the Swiss horology trinity. That is the holy trinity of watchmaking. And there are three watch brands that make the cut, and that is Vacheron Constantin, Audemars Piguet, and Patek Philippe. They're called, in the watch world, the Holy Trinity of watchmaking. And Nigeria has had several instances where we had a Holy Trinity. We had D'banj, P Square, and Two-Face Idibia at a point. Now, the Holy Trinity is healthy competition. Sometimes Vacheron Constantin drops a watch that just takes the lead, and then maybe Patek responds, or Audemars Piguet drops something. In the Trinity scenario, all of them are at the top at one point or the other. It is almost likened to Schrödinger's cat superposition in quantum physics. They're both, or they're all on top at the same time, even though every now and then one takes the lead. And this played out in a very healthy fashion between D'banj P Square and Two Face between 2009 and about 2012. And now we have this same scenario. We have three artists, top artists: Wizkid, Burna, and David. Equally talented, but with talents branching in different areas. And all of a sudden, I love the competition. It keeps everybody on their toes. Burna Boy drops a Maybach, Davido responds. It's healthy. They're equally good musically, equally good. Sometimes David takes the lead. Sometimes Burner takes the lead. Sometimes Wiz takes the lead. But if you are an honest to God music critic, you will know that they're all equally good. There's some times when David is leading and we all love it. And sometimes Wizkid takes the baton and leads for a while and we love it. And then Burner takes it, and then David takes it back, and then Burner takes it, and Wiz takes it, and then David takes it back, and then David leads, and Wiz leads. I beg your pardon. We love it. That is healthy musical competition. But when it now degenerates to online trolling, especially when it is unprovoked, I find it very, very destabilizing, not just for the artists, but for the musical fans out there who look up to these people. Sometimes there's a bit of a beef, but in this particular instance, David did no wrong. At least to my understanding. I know you people say, ah, Daddy Freeze, you're a Davido guy. Sometimes I'm hard even on David. But in this instance, David did no wrong. David is a super talented artist. We can't rob him from that. If you say he has a frog voice, it's like saying Bryan Adams has a frog voice. He has a beautifully textured voice. Do you remember Bryan Adams? Do you remember Michael Bolton? These people held the 90s captive and their voices were sonorous and different like David's voice. David is a hit maker. David is a businessman. David is a young man who has a very good grasp of the understanding of music. David is also an instrumentalist. And if Wiz drops a hit, David has also dropped hits too. So I can never ever say that one is better than the other. All I can say, especially as an elder and especially as someone who has been in their lives for a while, is that they are equally talented, and their talents are the different branches of the holy trinity of Nigerian music. A lot of people who think I don't love Wizkid. I love Wizkid. I believe I was part of his growth. When he was up and coming, I interviewed him. Just the way I was MC at Davido's first album launch, I was also MC with Basket Mouth at Wizkid's first album launch. You can ask Banky W just in case you forgot. And I've, over the years, grown to respect his musical prowess, just like I have of David and just like I have of Burna. And I feel the Nigerian music industry will be incomplete without any one of them. But I will never undermine the talent and gift of any one of them. And I feel David sometimes is a little bit underrated. You guys don't know the amount of talent that young man has. You guys don't know how he can put those words and those notes together to give you those hits that he's giving you. So you tend to overlook his ability. There are times when David has been number one in Nigeria when it comes to music and hits. You can't run away from that. Wizkid has also been number one at some point, and Burna has also been number one at some point. Let's keep the competition going. I love it. It's healthy. But let's stay away from the subs, especially taking direct subs at another person's talent. David is superbly talented. I say this with my full chest, and I've said it before. David is a hit maker. David is a musical genius. You can't rob him of that. And then Wiz, I think you need to apologize for what you said about his uncle. Because whether you like it or not, his uncle is a governor in Nigeria. It is not easy to be a governor in Nigeria. And his uncle actually won the election. And his uncle even won a court case over it. So if his uncle dances, I think it's a good thing. Because he was able to win the hearts of the youths through dance, the same way you and David win the youths through music. I must say this. I know I am no longer as relevant in the music industry as I once was. There was a time when y'all needed me. I think the only one who I haven't interviewed is Burna. But you and David, you cannot say I was not part of your lives, especially when you were up and coming. I still have interviews all over the internet where I interviewed you guys. And as I believe to be an elder in the industry, I'm going to put this one on Wiz. For those comments, I think you should give David an apology, especially for the one where he took a shot at his family and the one where he took a shot at his voice. Because if truly Davido did not have a good voice, he would not have sold the plethora of hits that he sold globally. My thoughts, you know I love you, Wiz, but this one, no, you go good if you apologize to Davido. The comments were unwarranted. Yes, at the end of the day, someone from his camp took a shot at you. Don't blame David for what someone did. And even if you did, the shots were personal. And I don't believe, like you said, I don't believe that. I believe David has a beautiful sonorous voice because I come from the time of Bryan Adams and Michael Bolton. And if you grew, many of you were made because of Bryan Adams and Michael Bolton. Some of you, it was their music your parents were listening to, where they take make. So we were grown then, so we missed that era. But some of your generation, now Michael Bolton, if I told, said I loved you, but I lied. Ah, you know how many children they born to those songs? And just like a lot of children will be born to the beautiful music Davido is churning out till today. So let's keep the Trinity what it is, a healthy competition between three super brands. Patek Philippe fans will say Patek is the best. Vacheron Constantin fans will say it's Vacheron. While Audemars Piguet will swear by anything Audemars. But yes, Audemars too has missed it. Patek too has missed it in some instances, and Vacheron has missed it too in some instances. And sometimes they've dominated. Keep the competition going in a healthy manner. Let love and respect be the foundation of the competition. You are all equally good. David, I will say this and say this over and over again, is a superb talent that can never be forgotten in the history of Nigerian music. He has done us proud. Same with you, Wiz. I honestly believe you're talented. But please, you owe David an apology on this one. God bless you.